But if I complain long enough, they'll show up with concrete. Bunch of clowns. I apologize for this. I don't generally design courses where you're rewarded for garbage shots. We're back and we are at hole 15 and you just got slaughtered by the shortest hole on the course. Hopefully not, hopefully not. I am not doing it to be punishing. I actually just think it's a really great shot. I love shots that just look super easy and then you never get a birdie. But hopefully you got a birdie. On this particular shot here, well, let's talk about the challenges because I love talking about the challenges. We're going straight into that gap. There's actually two gaps. There's a right gap, there's a left gap. Or I should say there's a straight gap, there's a right gap. And there's obviously a big, huge righty forehand around the outside. Lefty backhand for me, that's the shot that I took. But here's the challenges. If you take that wide outside gap, you don't really need to worry about the skip that much, because once you get into the lanes in there, you're probably gonna hit something and it's probably not gonna keep you too far away from the basket. The challenge is that if you throw a shot in this fairway, which has pretty much been a headwind every single time I've been here, and you flip up, then you're going into that bunker. And this isn't a very long shot. I'm pretty sure the shot was like barely 300. I was surprised what I had to throw to get that 300 around the outside edge. I think I had to throw like an orc, like a 10-speed disc to really get there right. So you can take that left side wide open, but you can see there's branches in your way. You're gonna have to take it out pretty far and pretty wide to get it to come back. If you take the middle gap, believe it or not, what looks like the smallest gap and probably I think it's about 50 to 60 feet long from the entry point to the pin. Believe it or not, that was the best shot. Again, I was out here with a couple people that are a lot better than I am, and the shots that we took that lane, that was what produced the best results. The lane that's on the right is much wider, but you're a little bit pinned over here. And that's not really on purpose. It's mostly because I'm doing my best to stay off of the fairways. And it's a great flat space. It's in the second cut over here, and you know, they don't care about that because it'll grow quick. If you try to take that right lane, something slightly overstable, and get to flex out, you will find that the trees, I swear to God, they are just stacked in the perfect place. You push it a little too far right, you hit a tree, and you're dead in the water 100 feet from the pin. And if you take it a little bit more to your left and you come back in, you hit a tree on the left. There's just a perfect stack of trees in there. Now, if you do get into that lane over and over and over, then that's the great shot. Good for you. Teach it to everybody else, because we couldn't find a way of getting in that gap very well. Again, it is about 300. There's bunkers. There's actually a road or a cart path that ends there. And if you were to be playing a tournament here, I would more than likely expect that to be considered OB or maybe a hazard. So if we get to that point here and they allow us to have that, first tournament of the year when it's beautiful and there's no snow on the ground, take that into consideration. That is more than likely going to be OB. What I did on this shot was I threw fairly low with the 10-speed disc on the outside left lane. So I was just barely getting underneath that 10-foot limb that's coming out. That skipped me right in and I was literally parked. It was a hit your head on the basket putt. So you have lots of options. You choose which one you want. Off to 16.